Hi everyone, I'm Bhanushi and I'm a practice director in the sourcing and vendor management team here at Everest Group. So, in the SVM team, as we call it, we typically help enterprises, especially in the sourcing and vendor management space, to chart out their journeys in procurement and supplier management. For this purpose, we have a lot of syndicated research as well as a lot of advisory that we do for our clients in this space. So, today I'm going to talk about a very specific segment in our supplier management toolkit, which is risk management. And I have here with me Rananjay Kumar, who's a practice director in the firm as well. And he's actually our in house risk management expert. So, Rananjay, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your background?
Thank you, Bhanushi, for inviting me on this call and introducing me. I'm a practice director, just as you, as part of business process services segment. And overall, if I were to say, I have around 7+ years of experience in engaging and partnering with enterprises, helping them figure out or chart their risk management strategies, including new age risks such as transition and transformation related risks, which are really important as organizations walk on this journey of digitalization and this new normal.
Hmm, very interesting. So, Rananjay, what do you think, when we look at the entire risk management landscape as a whole, within supplier risks, what do you think are the major risks that enterprises face when it comes to assessing their third parties?
So I think there are some of those traditional risks which have always been there, something that organizations were cognizant of, but something which was not on their radar. For example, if we were talk about portfolio risks, now you and I know so many organizations who only partner with, let's say, one vendor or just working out of one geography, exposing them to such portfolio risks which ultimately result in business continuity challenges. And then you have the risks which came out somewhere around 15 to 20 years back, something around cyber, IT, infosec, data privacy, and all these became buzzwords and people started caring about them. And we have so many operational safeguards, technical safeguards, and monitoring platforms and mechanisms available to monitor these risks. But again, I think the real challenge lies with having a program and organizations' ability to actually visualize a future wherein digital plays a key role in how they operate and go towards the future. I think the ability of organizations to have a program and manage their future risks, emerging risk is very important and something that we all need to think about.
Yeah, very true, Rananjay. In fact, when we have talked to VMO leaders across organizations, we've seen that technology play is very, I would say, immature at this moment. The market is full of all these tools and technologies to help you build your risk scorecards, to help you create, risk alerts as soon as a risk arises. But not many VMO leaders are able to leverage it even as of this moment. And considering our talent landscape as well, risk management resources are getting more and more expensive. So the challenges are just increasing as we go along. So very rightly said that a risk management program is key. And maintaining your scorecard, just having a risk mitigation plan in place for every risk that may arise, it's very, very crucial for enterprises.
And Banushi, I
So,
think you raised a very pertinent point around talent. So the real challenge is it's not that the amount of skills or talent or people seeking job opportunities has reduced. At least it's not a global phenomena. I think the real challenge is everyone is looking for the same bracket of talent. If I look at something 15 to 20 years back or even 10 years back, a typical skill set requirement for a VMO organization was very different. If you look at what we need right now a VMO organization needs to be able to coordinate with all the cross-functional departments in the organization, be it IT, InfoSec, risk management, BCM. But besides that, they also need to be at top of the technological advancements, understand the difference in technologies and platforms offered by different providers, and more importantly, understand the underlying risks and contingencies and business continuity planning that they need to do. And these skill sets more or less are aligned to the STEM skills that other technology companies, IT providers, and even new age digital native companies are looking for. So the entire ecosystem is actually running after the same skill sets, and hence a VMO organization is really struggling to actually attract them, retain them, and then nurture them to create the VMO organization of future. So yeah, it's a huge challenge, and I think Everest Group has been talking a lot about how to go about managing these talent-related issues, and I think VMO also needs to take a cue from that and enhance its risk management skill sets.
Definitely, definitely. In fact, a study that we did, recently also played out the fact that the top skill gap in procurement and supply management today is digital and data analytics. And this is in the current day and age when we are actually living on the basis of digital and DNA. So, okay, thank you so much, Rananjay, for telling us so much about risk management. I do want to point out that Rananjay and I have collaborated on a paper on a viewpoint in which we have presented the entire outsourcing risk management landscape from supplier risk to portfolio risks and the whole talent game as well. So do check out that paper, and we have a supplier management toolkit that is actually covering all aspects of supplier management as a whole. So from risk management to performance management to driving innovation from your suppliers, this toolkit covers it all. So do check out the entire toolkit and reach out to us if you have any questions or comments. Thank you so much, Rananjay. It was a great
Thank you.
conversation.